Freedom is not the absence of rules, but the presence of some really good ones. People frown at the thought of a morning routine because that implies having a schedule, some discipline, and being more driven than you actually are. But if you think about it, you're doing mostly the same things every morning. You already have a morning routine, even if you don't think about it like that. People love making morning routines way more complicated than they really are. Taking an ice-cold shower at 5 a.m. won't magically make you a CEO. In this video, we'll help you design your own morning routine in a way that uniquely benefits you and who you are. No fluff, just good advice. Welcome to Alux. The Rock wakes up at 3:30 a.m. every day, apparently. He needs some time alone and some time to get a workout done. He's been doing it for years, and it works out great for him. He's even got a mobile gym his team picks up and installs everywhere he goes. He mentioned that waking up at 3:30 and doing those two things are the anchors for his day. Now, do you need to wake up at ungodly hours as well? Not really, but there is something interesting to note here. When The Rock talks about his morning routine, it's not the wake-up time that's valuable, it's the way he mentions anchors. He needs something to base his personal day on. He may be one of the most hardworking individuals in entertainment right now. Everywhere you look, there's The Rock. He travels constantly, and he's around other people for the vast majority of his day. In our video, Being Well When You're Alone is a Superpower, we talked about the importance of having time for yourself and what that does for your mental health. The Rock really doesn't have time for himself during the day, and he really likes being alone. Those extra hours he gains by waking up at 3:30, they buy him time to do just that, be alone. That anchor gives him enough fuel to get through the day. He's building his day around that, and he never misses the routine. It's the foundation on which the rest of the day is built on. That's extremely valuable. Have you ever had to be somewhere at 5 p.m. on a Saturday, and you end up structuring your whole day around that? Here you are at 3 p.m. doing nothing, waiting for 5 p.m. That's how an anchor feels. Okay, so step 1. Find your anchor. For The Rock, it's 1, being alone, and 2, working out. Think about what you need to do every day to function properly. What's the thing that, if done every day, will make your day better? Now, you might have an idea of what's good for you, but can't exactly flesh it out. If you can't think of something, here's how to find one. In his book, Tools of Titans, Tim Ferriss interviews top performers from different fields and asks them the same questions. It's a really clever way to get comparable inputs from different people. But what's even more interesting is how Tim Ferriss organized it. The book is split into 3 parts: healthy, wealthy, and wise. Each question he asks fits one of those categories. So if we go back to The Rock, his workout and alone time fits into all of these categories. 1. Working out is healthy for his body. 2. Working out maintains his physique, which is a big part of his brand. After all, he's The Rock, not the Pebble. And 3. Alone time gives him the mental space to handle everything that's thrown at him during the day. So to find your anchors, look into these 3 categories and find what activities will hit at least 2 of them. For health, it's pretty easy. Do a home workout, go for a walk or a run. Basically anything that gets your body moving or nourished is good. And look, you know this is good for you, okay? We don't have to sell it. If you want the best, most straightforward way to improve your life, get healthy. Your mind power will improve, your mood will improve, you'll be in a better place mentally and physically to make better decisions and enjoy your life more. For wealth, this depends on your financial goals. Not everyone wants or has what it takes to build a business, but everyone wants a better financial life. Even the smallest thing counts. If you don't know where to begin, start educating yourself. Look at what people from your field are doing really well. Watch a TED Talk, read a chapter from a financial book, listen to a podcast. There are plenty of outlets to get good knowledge from. If you'd like us to make a dedicated video on where to start your financial education, just let us know in the comments. Now for whys. Again, it depends on where you are in life. Are you struggling with anything? Is there something you didn't find a good answer for? Are there questions you're afraid to ask because the answer scares you? This is a good time to tackle those things. So for this first step, find some activities that hit at least 2 of these areas. Why not at least one of them, you ask? Well, because it's really easy to bundle them together. You can go for a run while listening to a podcast. You can work out while watching an Alux video. These activities should take between 30 to 90 minutes and are your anchors. From now on, your mornings will be based on them. They will also set the tone for the rest of your day. Step 2. Pick an hour. When people think of starting a morning routine, they usually start with an unsustainably early wake-up hour that sounds cool and inspirational. Oh, I'll start waking up at 5 a.m. That's when all the rich people are waking up. But it's quite the opposite way of figuring this out. There are very few lucky people who are in complete control of their time. After all, new wealth is measured in how much time you have to do whatever you feel like doing. But for most people, there is a point in the day where your presence is required. You need to go to work, you need to take the kids to school, you need to go to that class, you name it. Actually, the more you advance in life, the more time-bound obligations you have. In the current context, while most people are working from home, your time obligations might be more flexible. In which case, pick an hour when you'd like to start working. For some of us, that's around 8 to 9 a.m. Then you go backwards for 2 hours. If you start working at 9, you wake up at 7. If you start working at 7, then you join the rock in waking up at 3:30. There is no correct wake-up time. It all depends on what you have to do and what is required of you. It's more important to have a sustainable and consistent routine rather than an Instagrammable wake-up hour. Like, if you're working night shifts, first of all, thoughts and prayers. But in this case, your wake-up hour might be at 2 p.m., and that's totally fine. It's just important what you do in those first 90 minutes. Step 3. Eat the frog. We made a dedicated video on why you should eat the frog first, which you can check out by clicking in the top right corner. But in short, every day you have to eat a frog. In other words, there's an activity you don't really enjoy doing, but you have to. It's an email you keep postponing, a conversation you were supposed to have 3 weeks ago, something in the back of your mind that stresses you out. And that's the first thing you do after those first 90 minutes. It might take 10 minutes or it might take 3 hours, but this is the best time to do it. You have momentum from your anchors and your productivity is at max level. For a detailed explanation on how this works and how to do it, go watch that video. And that's about it. It's really not that hard to have a good, healthy morning routine. You have those 3 simple steps. All that's left to do is to put it into practice. Start small by actually waking up. As a matter of fact, pause the video right now and set an alarm for tomorrow morning for whichever hour you picked. Let us know in the comments why you picked it. And of course, as a thank you for sticking with us until the end, the true Aluxers among you are getting a bonus. Warren Buffett has had the same routine for 55 years. In the morning, he gets into his car and drives 5 minutes to work. On the way, he stops by McDonald's to get one of 3 breakfasts, depending on what money his wife left out for him in the morning. Apparently, he's been doing this since 1967. Now, you could argue that this interesting routine really doesn't make him healthy, wealthy, or wise, but it's something he enjoys doing every single morning and it's part of his personality. Maybe you like listening to the morning birds, or playing fetch with your dog, or painting. These are some of the things that make you, you. Add them to your mornings on top of those anchors. It'll make things enjoyable for you and sustainable for the long run. Thank you for watching this video, Aluxer. If you found it valuable, consider subscribing to our channel and joining our awesome community. And if you're still hungry for more, we handpicked this video for you to watch next. Or head over to our website for more amazing content. See you tomorrow.